Alright, I have created 4 videos on how you can create a virtual dollar card in Nigeria, and even though I know that there are more than 4 platforms you can use to create dollar cards, these are the ones that I've used and they have worked so far for me, so that's why I'm recommending them. Now, a lot of people have been asking me to compare them, and everybody is concerned about their exchange rates. And to be honest, I don't think that is the only thing you should be worried about, the exchange rate. There are lots of other things you should be worried about, and I want to cover all those things in this video so that you find the one that best suits you. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, let's start with Geek Pay. So the way the virtual dollar cards work in general is you send Naira to your virtual account and then you convert it to dollars in some cases. And after converting it to dollars, then you use the dollars to fund your virtual dollar card. One of the good things about Geek Pay is that the exact amount of Naira you send is what you're going to receive in your Naira wallet. So if you are sending like 5,000 Naira, like I did in the video where I showed you how to fund your Naira wallet, you're going to receive 5,000 Naira in your Naira wallet. Another thing I like about Geek Pay is that you don't have to swap the Naira to dollars before you fund your Naira wallet. You can just create a dollar card straight from the Naira you have in your Naira wallet. Alright, so when it comes to fees, to create your virtual dollar card will cost you $2. And the way it works is, you first have to find out how much the dollar costs. So right now in Geek Pay, the price of a dollar, if you want to buy, is $7.55. Now this is currently, it may change in the future. That is how it is. So that's why I don't usually like talking about rates, because eventually they will change. And you may be watching this video in the future, like future, and you may be saying that is different for you. So it's just currently. In the future it may change. And that's going to be the same for all the other platforms. Don't mistake selling for buying. This is how much they are willing to buy your dollars. If you have dollars that you want to sell to them, this is how much they are willing to give you per dollar. But if you want to buy from them, this is how much they are willing to give you per dollar. So when you want to create a virtual dollar card, you're actually buying dollars from them. So they'll be using this price. Alright, so that's the current price of $1 on Geek Pay. Alright, another thing I want to talk about when it comes to Geek Pay is some of the functionalities you have with your card. So this is the card that I'm currently using, and if I tap here, you can see some of the options that are available. Most of these platforms don't have these options. So the first one is to freeze the card, and freezing the card means it's just going to stop working until you unfreeze it, so that in case your information gets leaked, like your card number, your CVV, then you can come here and freeze the card immediately, so nobody can use it to, buy stuff online. There's also an option called withdraw funds. So in case you don't want to use the card anymore, then you can click here and the money you have on the card is going to get sent back to your Naira wallet probably. I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know if the money will be sent to your Naira wallet or your USD wallet. Finally, you have the terminate option. This is just going to delete the card and it will send all the money to your Naira wallet. There's also the edit card. It's just going to change the name you created for the card. I've already made a video on this. I'll leave it in the description if you want to watch how to create the Geek Pay virtual dollar card. Alright, so the final thing I want to talk about when it comes to all these virtual dollar cards is refunds. Now, when it comes to Geek Pay, I bought a product on AliExpress, the flash drive that eventually got spoiled, and AliExpress refunded the money to the card, but I have not received it yet. I messaged Geek Pay about it, and they told me they were going to work on it within 2 or 3 business days. And after 3 days, I messaged them and it's been quiet ever since. So I'm not trying to say they don't support refunds. So this is something I'll update you about in the future, because sometimes refunds take time. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so that's all about Geek Pay. I'm sure I've talked about everything important about the virtual dollar card from Geek Pay. Now let's move to Gray. So as usual, when you want to create your dollar card, you first have to transfer Naira to the platform. It's not different with Gray. You have to transfer some Naira first. But the thing about Gray is that if you transfer some amount of money, they are going to remove some commission from it. So for me, I transferred 9,000 Naira, and what I got was not even up to 9,000 Naira. I think it was 8,870. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to leave my screen recording so you can see. So that's one of the first things that I don't like about Gray so far. Alright, so after you have sent the money to your Gray Naira card, then the next thing is you have to convert the money to dollars. You have to swap it to dollars, unlike Geek Pay that you can just use the money you have in your Naira account and just fund it to your dollar card. On Gray, you have to convert the money to dollars first, and then you can use it to fund your dollar card. So when it comes to fees, with Gray, to create your dollar card is technically $3. However, they are using $1 as your fee, and they're keeping the $2 as a way to fund your dollar card. So you can spend the remaining $2. It's not like you're not going to be able to use it. So technically the fee is $3, but $1 is what you are paying for the card, and $2 you can use to buy whatever you want. So according to the website, $1 is equal to 334 naira 0.08 kobo. But the thing is that when it comes to swapping naira to dollar, there's also a fee you have to pay. So yeah, that one is a bit complicated and I don't want to go too deep into it. I've made a video on how you can create your gray virtual dollar card. You can watch that one. I'll leave it in the description as well. So after you have created your dollar card, you only have two options. You can either freeze the card or delete the card. So I've already explained what freezing does. It's just a way to stop the card from working, just in case someone has your details. And deleting the card means you are deleting it, and the money that's on the card will get sent back to your USD account. Because like I said, you cannot send money from the Naira account to the dollar account directly. So for Gray, I'm not sure if they do refunds, because I haven't heard of anyone that has gotten a refund, and I haven't had any issues with their card to get a refund as well. So I can't say about that one. But if you have any experience with getting refunds with the Gray virtual dollar card, please let me know in the comments. Alright, so the next card we're going to be talking about is Cheaper Cash, and this is very popular here in Nigeria. A lot of people have been asking about it, and here's all you need to know about it. So the first thing is sending your Naira to the platform. When you want to send any amount of money, you're going to get the exact amount when it reflects on the platform. So if you are sending 10,000 Naira, from my experience, you will get 10,000 Naira on your Cheaper Cash account before you can convert it to your USD virtual dollar card. Now, it's been a long time since I created the card, so I cannot remember if I paid for the card, like if there's a fee to create the card for the first time. But after you create the card, then funding it is a bit untransparent. So I'm on the USD card section now, and if I tap on add funds, although I don't have a lot of money in the Cheaper Cash account, I only have 3 Naira. So let's just say we are going to use Geek Pay's rates, 7.55. You can see on Cheaper Cash with 7.55, you're only getting 89 cents. So you just have to keep increasing it bit by bit before you get to $1. So let me just try 7.80. So you can see it is $1.02. So I'll have to keep going down. Alright, so as you can see, I just entered 7.70 and it is giving me $1. But it's not always accurate. Let's try 7.69. You can see it is still $1. 68, still $1. 67, still $1. I can keep going down. 65, 64. Okay, so when I got to 64, it is now 99 cents. So now you can add a decimal place and start increasing it little by little, and you'll see that there's going to be a number that will work. Okay, 64.6. So $1 in Cheaper Cash is 764.6. Now I know you may be saying that who has time for this? Just look for the normal conversion rate and just impute it there. Well, it means you're going to be losing money. So if you have some money and you want to convert it to dollars, then I'll suggest you do this. You take the time to do this, and then whatever amount you have, you divide it by this. So let's say I have 5,000 Naira, then I'll divide 5,000 by 764.6. And whatever I get is what I'll know that will be the total amount of dollars that I'll be getting. So in my opinion, Cheaper Cash is not very transparent when it comes to their rates. So like I said, the rates may change in the future. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is functionalities of the card. So I know it works well. All the cards that I'll be talking about, they have worked. If you watch any of the videos that I made on them, you'll see that I use them on AliExpress. I don't want to make videos that are halfway done. I always want to make videos that are fully done. So the only problem with Cheaper Cash that I have is that there are not a lot of options. The only option you have is to freeze the card. So you cannot delete your card, at least as far as I know. I don't know how to delete a card on this platform. So if my details are ever leaked, there is no way to delete the card and create a new one so I can have new details. It's just going to be the same details, maybe unless I talk to customer care and they may delete it for me and create a new one, and I may have to pay for a new card as well. So that's the only thing I don't like about Cheaper Cash so far. You cannot delete a card unless maybe you talk to customer service. Okay, so another thing that I like about Cheaper Cash is that they actually support refunds. Now, I haven't experienced this personally, but I got a comment from someone and he was able to get his refund back, and yeah, since that worked for him, then I'm sure it's going to work for everybody since it's the same platform. So that's all with Cheaper Cash. Hopefully by now you are seeing the differences. It's not just about the exchange rates. There are so many other things you have to take note of. Alright, let's move to the final one. Okay, so Clasha is the final virtual dollar card I'm going to be talking about in this video. And just like the other ones, you have to send money to the Naira wallet first. So when you send money to the Naira wallet, if you are going to be using bank transfer or USSD, which is the star, depends on your bank, but for UBI, I think it's star 919 hash, then whatever amount of money you send is what you're going to receive. So in the video that I made, I sent 8,000 Naira and I received 8,000 Naira exactly. No commissions were removed. So that's one good thing about Clasha. Another good thing about Clasha is that there are no fees to create the card. So as long as you have money in your Naira account, then you can just create a dollar card and it's going to be done for free. You're only going to be paying for the amount of dollars you want to use. And one thing I like about them is that, let me just get my phone. If you want to fund the card, they're going to show you the rates. So right now, $1 on Clasha is 751.11. And the only problem with them is that you need to fund with at least $5. So if you're only buying something that is $2, then it's not going to work here. It's either you just fund the $5 and leave the $3 for future use, or you use another platform like Geek Pay, Gray, or Cheaper Cash. So the good part about it is that you're not going to be guessing how much a dollar costs here. As you just open it, you'll see that, yeah, this is how much a dollar costs. Another good thing about the platform is that you can withdraw your money. So the only problem is that it's not going to be the exact amount, because when you fund the dollar account, it's going to be with 750 Naira, but when you want to withdraw, $1 is going to be 680 Naira. So it's almost 100 Naira loss. But well, compared to the rest, I think it's still very okay. The only problem with Clasha that I'm facing right now is that you cannot freeze or delete your card. So if for any reason your details get leaked, then there is no way you can delete the card. You have to talk to customer service. And I feel like the reason why this is so is because you're going to be charged for the next card. I'm not really sure, I just think that is what is happening. But maybe in the future, they're going to upgrade the software, the app, and they'll give us the options to delete or freeze cards. So when it comes to refunds, I have no idea if they support refunds or not. So this is something you may have to discuss with customer care. So just message them and they will respond to you. Alright, with that said, all the videos that I've made on all these cards will be in the description. And you can tell me what your favorite card is from all the cards that I've mentioned so far. Leave that in the comments. I would really like to know. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.